Power 105.1. Tory Lanez is in the building today. Very exciting. Can we have some love? Can everybody be a little excited? The guy's album just came out, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
This is an exciting time for you.
I'm very happy to be here. Like I said before, it's a pleasure.
Happy to have you, love.
Thank you so much.
I really like the album, like I said before also.
Thank you.
Good vibes.
Always.
And your voice is pretty special. Pretty special there. And I haven't seen you perform live yet, which I want to, but everybody tells me that I need to see you. That's when I will really fully experience the voice. What is the live show like?
Honestly, I'm like a rock star. A lot of people say they're a rock star and stuff like that.
What does that mean when you say you're a rock star?
My show is actually like punk rock influence. Like, I crowd surf.
Right.
I treat the venue like a jungle gym.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of other stuff, like I walk on the stands and all kinds of.
That always scares the shit out of me for people. You don't get nervous?
Nah. I think the amount of adrenaline that's just inside my system at that point is just like unbearable. So I don't even know what to do.
Please be careful.
Always will.
Falling off one of those things is not gonna be a good thing.
I got good balance though. I've kind of learned the craft to it. Like when I first started doing it, I was nervous, but now like.
So do you have to try it untested before you go out to do the real show? Is that part of the sound check?
I can't test the people that are gonna be there.
No, that
night,
you can't.
But sometimes I go around testing, and sometimes I don't. It's like in the moment.
This is never
but
going
that's
back.
what kind of gives you the thrill of it.
Because you don't know how it's gonna end.
Exactly. Like I'm sure that there's a part of every single one of my shows that I've done in the last year
where you could have heard something,
or not that I could have heard something, but where the fans probably looked at me and were like, "Yo, in this moment, he's either gonna die."
Oh my God, no.
Nah, and it's what it is because I always do something where it's like I'll crowd walk
and
then I'll climb to the second floor of any venue. Like I've done this in venues where it's like there's not possible the metrics, but somehow, some way I've gotten it accomplished. So like
you're
that's like
Spider-Man.
I do a lot of times, and every time I go to that second floor or that second level from the crowd walk, people be like, you know what I mean?
Has it ever gone bad?
Nah.
Never.
Nah.
All right, I'm gonna pray for you.
God got me.
Please.
I'm a God-fearing man. I think God knows that.
Yeah, but don't play with God either.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
at all.
Don't play with him. Don't be disrespectful.
Nah, he's the one that gives me the adrenaline and the desire to do these things.
Yeah.
So
talk to me about this voice of yours. When did this happen? When were you like, I got something?
Well, honestly, I started rapping before anything.
Mm-hmm.
I started rapping when my mom died. My mom died when I was like 11 years old. And like I guess my upbringing was kind of rough because I had a lot of problems when I didn't really know how to express myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think after that, like I was like 14, 15, I started really writing and getting into it like for real.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to say probably like when I was like 8, not even like 17, I think it was a lot of like times where I was trying to get people on my songs or like trying to get singers on my hooks and nobody wanted to sing on my hooks because I really wasn't shit.
That's usually how it starts though. You can't take that
it is what it is,
Yeah.
But because of that, it just made me say, I'm gonna teach myself how to sing. And
I would imagine that losing, like when something that traumatic or traumatizing happens to you, it makes the music more, it means more, right? Cause
definitely, of course. I mean, all of my music comes from a place of like, of just realness, and it comes from my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for a period of time, I think it was a battle of me trying to figure out how to be as honest with, the consumers. But at this point, it's like I just allow myself to just be completely vulnerable. And it's like, if you like me, you like me. And if you don't, you don't.
Right. I'm good. I'm good either way. Wow, that's a young age to have something like that happen, too. I had to change it. I mean, you're a different person, right? Your life changes.
Definitely. Completely different. I'm the youngest of 6 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom always treated me like the baby of the family. So me and my mom had a special relationship. Not to say that she ain't had the same relationship with the rest of the kids, but
but you were the baby,
family,
yeah, of course.
It's a little bit different. So, when she died at such an early age, it kind of just caused like the rest of my, years. Like I've been kicked out of every school since 6th grade on.
Wow.
And I just dropped out at 11th grade, and I said, forget it.
Yeah. So what happens though? Then your brothers and sisters, they wound up like taking care of you, right? They weren't.
Nah. What happened was when my dad got remarried, and when he got remarried, like I like my immediate family kind of split up because we was all living in Florida at the time. And then everybody kind of split up. My sister had a baby. She moved to Canada. My brother moved back to Canada with his baby mom. And then it was like just a bunch of splitting up.
Right.
Everybody was just kind of like, breaking ways. And then I ended up being in the house alone. And I think that the fact that I was just here alone and I was just able, and I guess my dad was kind of like, down about the situation. It's my mom, and they were married for a good 20-something years.
Wow.
That's
tough.
They had a good marriage, So I think it was one of those situations where
he was probably depressed. Right?
Yeah, he was. He was a little bit down, and as a kid, I don't think I really know how to take that. Except, all right, I'm just gonna go wild and go run crazy. You know what I mean?
What was you doing?
I was just wild. I was just really
what?
wild.
Like what?
Just things that I think that just at the time, especially at my age, I shouldn't have been really involved in. But it's the people that ended up becoming my influences at that point. Like, I was looking up to the wrong people. Like, there was
in the streets.
Yeah, definitely. It was people that were leading me in the wrong direction because, I was living in Florida. So, and I don't know if I feel like everything is a little bit different when you grow up in those southern states. And when I was living in Florida, I was
lived
looking
in Florida
up to,
for a little while, so I get it.
Yeah, I was looking
Same
up to
thing,
Dade
too.
County dread dudes and like
Yeah.
dudes who looked at everything, a little bit different. And then, on and on as I got older, it was those type of people that I kind of look up to, that I related to. So those were the people that I took from. It wasn't my dad because, at a certain point, of course a kid has a resentment because I'm in a house with someone who's not my real mom, but also I'm at a place where it's like, I want to express myself, and there's no other way to really express myself but to just go out there and be with people who feel the same way that I feel, that have pain in their heart that I feel, and have, and lost people in their lives. And for some reason, they relate to my story so well, even though I'm so young, but that's kind of how I was raised.
And that's how you started getting with the pen.
Yeah, I got with the pen, and then I got rid of the pen, and I just started going in.
But you got to start with the pen. You can't
started
start with
pen.
no pen.
I swear, I started with the pen. I was a notebook everywhere guy.
So you don't do notebook and pen no more? It's just
it's very rare. If I ever do notebook and pen, it's like, it's very like this album.
Yeah.
This is no pen. Was no pen.
Hold on, did you have to purchase your own album to bring these today?
I bought those.
Because it says $11.99 on it. This is not from the label.
I bought those.
Oh, you went and bought those?
I bought those.
Amazing.
I definitely bought those.
He came in the studio and gave one to everybody. You get an album. You get an album.
I went to Best Buy out here. This is actually the first time I've actually bought an album. And I saw a bunch of shit on the shelf, and I'm like, here it is.
Exciting.
This is it. I took the albums off, and because this is the first album I've ever bought.
Yeah.
I always told myself that I wasn't gonna buy an album until it was my own album. So,
you didn't buy nobody else's album ever? You never bought music?
No, I've never bought. I've always illegally downloaded all y'all shit.
Way to go.
I LimeWired y'all shit.
To go.
I bear shared y'all shit. I audio hijacked y'all shit.
That was disrespectful.
Me. That was me. I hot new hip hop y'all shit. Everything. Okay, that was me. World started. I waited for your shit to hit YouTube. I didn't buy anything on iTunes. This was the first thing I ever bought, and I told myself that this would be the first album I ever bought. Right. So actually, I'm sharing this experience with you guys too, because these were the first albums that I ever bought. You know what I mean? I got one for myself though in my bag.
I got the digital. I was listening digital, but this is dope to have a CD. So wait, so what happens now? Okay, so who are you gonna buy next? After you, who comes? Somebody got to get that.
I'm always for the good music, like whoever has fire music that drops. I'm gonna support. I'm in the stance of good music.
Listen, if everybody goes out and supports your albums and it does the numbers that people are saying it's gonna do, you owe it to your fellow artists to go out and buy a few people's albums.
For sure, you got to give back. You have to give back regardless.
Who do you like? Who will you buy? Who do you like? Who do you?
I probably buy Party Next Door shit. Mm-hmm. His shit is fire. I like his album.
That's it.
Everybody. I mean, like the thing about it is like from this point on, now that I've actually bought an album, I'm willing to just explore more music now.
Yeah, you should.
I think I was waiting for this time, like, to break me to the, like, I'm going to start buying when I get one to, you know what I'm saying? So I could be in the league with y'all to be like, I buy mine too,
Yes, now you have to buy other people's as well. Well, congrats on the album. Of course, everybody could go out and buy it.
Thank you.
Preferably not illegally download it.
If you got a bootleg it though, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? As long as it gets out there and it gets to the word and it gets to the street, it's not official unless somebody out there.
You want people to listen to it is more important.
That's all it is. It's the music. It's not the sale. It's the music.
Yeah.
Just listen to the music and experience it the way you're supposed to. And the reason why I say that just real quick is because the music really plays out as an album. I know on Spotify and all of that, it's like 28 songs long, but it's really actually a 15-song tape or a 15-song album. It's just that, Spotify for streaming purposes, they split everything up, the skits with the songs, So it's 15 songs. You have to listen to it all the way through in order to get the story of what's actually going on,
Being this your first album, why did you not want to do the freshman cover? I heard that you turned XXL down or something. Like you didn't want it.
I think at this point, me being somebody that went to that meeting for that cover like twice, just for us, I think that we were just probably sitting in that situation for a while, and it was like one of them things where at this point it's just a little too late, and it wasn't a hateful thing. I think people got it twisted because the way I say things, and sometimes at the times I say things.
This might be a thing with you, the way you say things. I think there might be a theme here. We're going to talk about this more, but.
I think it's just the way I say things, and I think that sometimes it may rub people the wrong way, but it wasn't a cocky, we don't need XXL. I have friends in the XXL building. We just felt like that just wasn't for us at that time.
Why not, though? You got an album out, it's a promotion.
All I'm going to say is this, Angie. I don't regret my decision at all.
You didn't want to stand next to other people on the cover, or
you said that? Wow.
No, I'm asking. I'm just asking. That would be
that's not it at all. It's just a timing thing.
Okay. I don't even know offhand right this second who was on the cover. I forgot, so I'm not.
They had my man Kodak Black on it. That's my man's right there. Like I fuck with his music. It's not one of those situations. Like for me personally, it's just the timing. I didn't feel like it was the right time, and I still don't. And I'm glad that I didn't take.
Why you think it's to evolve to be new artists?
I don't think it's just that. It was just the timing of when we wanted to do it versus where we're at now.
Got it.
That's all.
Okay. All right. Fine. Because your tone in the tweet, it did feel a little bit like a little FU-ish. You know what I'm saying? No, it That could just be how I read things.
Nah, it's sometimes
could like be me. That could be more about me.
You ever texted somebody something and then they take it like the whole next week? Like, yo, I even say it like that. But it's just the way I say things sometimes. It's the conviction that I say things with. I say I'm gonna be the biggest artist in the world. Nothing's gonna stop me. I think people, like for some reason, kind of bring that to like a urban music standpoint, and it's not an urban thing. It's I want to be worldwide the biggest, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with me wanting to be the best. I'm young. I'm in the best shape of my life. I just dropped my first album.
Whoop.
I feel marvelous, and I feel like at the end of the day, right now, in the strength that I have, and in the music, and in my creativity and my innovation, I'm gonna drop an incredible amount of work while I'm here, and I feel like that work is gonna, make me the biggest artist in the world. And because I believe in that so strongly, sometimes it's gonna rub you the wrong way, guys. I apologize. I can't do nothing about that. I'm bold. Go get the album, and you can understand why I feel so heavy about myself, and you can understand why I feel so confident in my music, and why I'm ready to put it up between anything and next to anything, because I feel that confident about me, my music, and my work ethic, and that's it.
Did you come up with a dream of somebody? Were you looking at some artist and was like, that's gonna be me one day?
Nah, my dad was somebody. He's a missionary preacher. My dad, somebody who goes out in, places like Uganda, and he goes out to the Arab Emirates.
Wow.
He's healed people in front of me, and like I've seen.
What do you mean?
I've seen miracles. I've seen my dad like I've seen people who couldn't walk get on their feet and start walking. Like I've seen my dad is one of the most ordained speakers. You know what I mean? He's when he talks, it's something very powerful about the way he comes off and speaks, and the things that he's just taught me, and the things that I think that just led me to feeling about myself. Just over the years of just watching him, do things with so much conviction, and watching him strive. Maybe that's probably where I get my strive from. But as far as like me feeling like I'm the best, and me feeling like I'm the greatest when it comes to music, and when I feel like, yo, I'm the best to ever do it, and when I feel like that doesn't come from a place of arrogance. It comes from a place of confidence, and it comes from a place of the underdog, man. Like, people got to remember, Say It and Love came out this year. Okay, yeah, we're all happy. I'm happy. Big deal. Before this, I was in the trenches, like back to back, trying to and I had records, and nobody cared. You know what I mean? So it's like, it for me, it's like I'm not the guy who had to make a Say It or a Love to get on the radio. I'm the guy who had to make 50 songs that sounded like those songs for people just to pay attention to those two. So for me, at this point in my life, I'm not worried about the next single I'm not worried about that. I've been doing this. I made 90 of these to get here. You know what I mean? I'm worried about, at this point, everybody that I can bring to the table to just listen.
You're going to have to make 90 more, though, if you plan on having this career you're talking about.
900 more.
Okay.
900 more.
At least 900.
I'm not playing. If I'm
because
not
for
playing,
every 100, you know what I'm saying? Like you,
Angie,
smash like
Angie,
a mainstream smash like Say It.
If I don't do the records myself, I will write 900 number ones for someone else. This is why sometimes, when you look at me, you go, I don't know how I feel about this guy. I don't know if I like him or
who says that?
No, not
people.
necessarily you.
People.
But I'm saying sometimes when people, because it's like you see the conviction in my attitude. It's like sometimes when I do that, people feel like,
it could rub people.
I don't know how I feel about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
but it's
the same thing happened
it's
to Kanye
just,
when he started.
But that's it.
Like,
you know, at the end of the day, I'm a Leo. I go after everything, and what motivates me is progression.
All right, so we're gonna have a big future. Everybody's gonna get this album.
I told you.
Tour.
I told you tour. 76 cities. We added more shows. New Canadian dates just got added. And yeah, we're gonna do Europe with it as well right after this one, and we're gonna do a couple more legs of the tour. So every city is gonna get touched.
You have to go.
I told you.
Wait, I know you. So you lived in Florida. Cause I always just thought you were from Canada, but then you lived in Queens too, right?
No, I never lived in Queens. I lived in Long Island at one point.
Oh, maybe with Long Island.
Yeah, I lived for
a long time or no?
Not that long. Probably like a.
Why Long Island?
I don't know. My aunt lived there.
Oh, okay.
And when my mom died, like my dad didn't really know what to do with me at one point. So
send him to Long Island?
My aunt was like, yo, you could send him here, you know, because she's
what part? Like Hempstead or something?
Nah, I was in Central. I used to live.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Then I went to Atlanta. Then from Atlanta, I went to, I actually got sent up to boarding school. They sent me upstate to boarding school.
Why was you
It was
in
not boarding school, yo. That was jail. That was some juvenile jail. Nah, the way they set that up.
You was in juvie.
I'm telling y'all, that is jail. That's when you send your kid to let them know, like, you know how I knew it was like some jail shit? Because that was like the place where it was like, yo, you're either going to jail, like real jail, or like we're gonna give you like this like middle kind of chance here. Like halfway home, but halfway jail kind of weird situation where we're going to make it seem like it's school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, when did that happen?
It was like probably right before I moved to Canada because I was really bad. Like, you feel me? Like, my grandma didn't even want me to live with her when we were moving back up to Canada. She let my dad move there, but she was like, yo, your son cannot live here. He's too bad. You know what I mean? And so my dad was like, I don't really know what I'm really supposed to do. So he's like,
send him to boarding
school at one point, thinking like, you know what I'm saying? It would help me out, but I was like, you know.
How long were you there? How long were you there?
Like a month and a half. I got kicked out of there quick. I was like, I cannot be here.
Have you ever met Baby Birdman?
Yeah, I met him like one time.
Did you ever like a real conversation with him?
Yeah. One time, him and Justin Bieber, they was coming together to put like this record label together, and then they came to sign me. And then they flew me out to Miami.
Birdman and Justin Bieber.
Yeah, they got together this one random time. Like, it was really random. I was on tour, and like they came together, like, and it was Birdman and Bieber, and they came together. I guess like they were starting this thing at some point. I don't know what they were doing.
That is super random.
Then they called me down in Miami.
It never happened.
It was cool times though. It was cool.
The only reason I asked you that is because he lost his mom super young, and then he was sent to boarding school.
Oh, word?
And then yes, there's like a couple of similarities in your
crazy.
life story that I thought maybe you might have.
Oh, nah.
You didn't even know, right?
Nah, I didn't even know. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Well, congrats on the album, honey, and that it's finally here. I know it's a long time in the coming, in the making for you.
Thank you. Everybody, please go cop the album. You know what it is. You know what I mean? Support.
Don't illegally download it like he does. Like he likes to do with everybody else's music. Did I forget anything? The tour. We do a tour. You should just get off a tour too with her, weren't you?
Oh yeah, we were on the Level Up tour. Yeah.
He must have been jumping around the stages too, right?
Yeah, he was saying every night he would tell everybody I was like the craziest guy to perform with. Nah, but he's a very energetic dude. Like lots of love to Ferg. Very great guy.
He's dope. All right, well, you can catch him on tour. Get the album. One time for Tory Lanez, please.
I told you, Water.
Yeah, coming soon to a bodega near you. Spy 105.1.